The shipwrecked merchant Zeno of Citium, born around 334 BC, he lived a simple life. He was a merchant, he sailed the seas, trading goods, but fate had other plans. On one voyage, disaster struck. Zeno's ship was caught in a storm. The vessel was destroyed. Zeno lost everything. He was shipwrecked, washed ashore near Athens. This shipwreck changed Zeno's life. He found himself in a new city. He had lost his material possessions, but this loss led him to a new path. It led him to philosophy. Finding philosophy in Athens. Athens was a center of learning, a beacon of knowledge and wisdom in the ancient world. It was a place where ideas flourished and intellectual pursuits were highly valued. It was home to great thinkers, the likes of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. These philosophers shaped the very foundation of Western thought. Zeno, now without his trade, was drawn to this world. The vibrant discussions and the quest for understanding captivated him. He began to explore different philosophical schools, immersing himself in the teachings of the great minds of his time. He wanted to understand life's true nature, to uncover the principles that governed human existence and the universe. He delved into the teachings of Socrates, who emphasized the importance of self-knowledge and ethical living. He studied Plato's works, which explored the realms of reality and ideal forms. But he was still searching for something more, a philosophy that resonated deeply with his own experiences and aspirations. One day, Zeno stumbled upon a scene that would change his life forever. A man was reading aloud, his voice carrying the weight of profound wisdom. The man was Crates, a cynic philosopher. Crates' words were powerful, challenging the conventional values of society. They spoke of virtue and simplicity, advocating for a life free from material excess and focused on inner moral strength. Zeno was captivated by these ideas. He knew he had found his calling. The teachings of Crates resonated with him on a profound level, and he decided to dedicate his life to the pursuit of philosophy, seeking to understand and live by the principles of virtue and wisdom. The teachings of Crates. Embracing poverty. Crates' teachings were radical. He believed in rejecting material possessions. He advocated for living in accordance with nature. Crates lived his philosophy. He embraced poverty. He slept in the streets. He owned only the clothes on his back. Zeno was drawn to Crates' authenticity. He saw the power of cynicism. It was a philosophy of freedom. It offered liberation from desire and societal expectations. But Zeno also saw limitations in the cynic approach. Learning from the cynics but choosing a different path, Zeno studied with Crates for several years. Crates was a prominent cynic philosopher known for his ascetic lifestyle and teachings that emphasized living in accordance with nature. Under Crates' guidance, Zeno delved deep into the principles of cynicism. He learned the importance of virtue. He embraced self-sufficiency. The cynics believed that virtue was the only good and that it was sufficient for happiness. They practiced a life of austerity, rejecting material wealth and societal conventions, but Zeno felt something was missing. While he appreciated the cynic emphasis on virtue and self-sufficiency, he found their rejection of society and its norms too extreme. Cynicism was about rejecting the world. The cynics often lived in poverty, shunning all forms of luxury and comfort. They believed that true freedom came from independence from external possessions and societal expectations. Zeno wanted to find a way to live well within it. He respected Crates' teachings. He admired the cynic commitment to virtue and their disdain for superficial values. However, he believed that there was a way to harmonize personal virtue with societal engagement, but he believed that humans were meant for society. Zeno thought that people were inherently social beings, designed to live in communities and contribute to the common good. He envisioned a philosophy that could integrate personal ethics with social responsibility. He wanted to create a philosophy that was practical, a philosophy that could be applied in everyday life, guiding individuals in their interactions with others and helping them navigate the complexities of human society. A philosophy that could guide people in their daily lives. Zeno sought to develop a system of thought that was not only theoretical but also actionable, providing clear principles for living a good and meaningful life. This led Zeno to found his own school of thought. It was called Stoicism. Stoicism emphasized rationality, self-control, and the importance of living in harmony with nature and society. It became one of the most influential philosophies of the ancient world, guiding countless individuals in their pursuit of wisdom and virtue. The painted porch, birthplace of Stoicism. Zeno began teaching in a public space. It was a stoa or porch with colorful paintings. This gave his school its name, Stoicism. People from all walks of life came to listen. They were drawn to Zeno's wisdom. Zeno's teachings were different. He didn't advocate for poverty. He believed in living a virtuous life, regardless of wealth or status. He taught that virtue was the sole good. External factors were indifferent. Virtue, the key to happiness. Stoicism, unlike cynicism, didn't reject wealth or pleasure. It saw them as indifferent. What mattered was virtue. Virtue meant living in accordance with reason. It meant controlling our emotions. It meant fulfilling our duties. Zeno taught that happiness came from within. It wasn't dependent on external circumstances. True happiness came from aligning ourselves with nature. It came from accepting what we couldn't control. Living in accordance with nature. Central to Stoicism was this idea, living in agreement with nature. This didn't mean rejecting civilization. It meant recognizing our place in the cosmos. It meant accepting the rational order of the universe. Zeno believed that we are all part of a universal brotherhood. We are all governed by the same laws of nature. This understanding led to a key Stoic principle, cosmopolitanism. It meant embracing our shared humanity. The enduring legacy of Zeno. Zeno's teachings resonated with many. Stoicism spread throughout the Roman Empire. It influenced emperors and slaves alike. It provided solace in times of turmoil. It offered a framework for living a meaningful life. Zeno's ideas continued to inspire long after his death. His teachings were passed down through generations. They influenced philosophers, writers, and leaders. They remain relevant even today. Stoicism today. A timeless philosophy. In our modern world, Stoicism is experiencing a resurgence. People are drawn to its practicality. It offers tools for navigating challenges. It provides perspective in a world of distractions. Stoicism reminds us that we can't control everything, but we can control our reactions. We can choose to respond with reason, not emotion. We can choose to focus on what we can control, our thoughts and actions. Conclusion. Finding peace in a turbulent world. In the annals of history, there are countless stories of individuals who have faced immense challenges and emerged stronger. One such story is that of Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. His journey began not in a place of comfort, but in the midst of a disaster. Zeno's journey began with a shipwreck. This catastrophic event left him stranded and without the material wealth he once possessed. It was a moment that could have broken many, but for Zeno, it was the beginning of a profound transformation. It was a moment of loss and uncertainty. Standing on the shores, with nothing but the clothes on his back, Zeno faced a pivotal choice. He could succumb to despair, or he could seek a new direction, a new purpose. But from this loss, he found a new path. He wandered through the streets of Athens, absorbing the wisdom of the great philosophers. It was here, amidst the bustling agora, that he began to piece together the fragments of his shattered life. He discovered the power of philosophy. Engaging with the teachings of Socrates, Plato, and other luminaries, Zeno began to formulate his own ideas. He realized that true wealth was not in possessions, but in wisdom and virtue. He created a school of thought that has endured for centuries. The Stoa Poikile, or painted porch, became the birthplace of Stoicism. Here, Zeno taught that inner peace comes from aligning one's will with the natural order of the universe. Stoicism offers us a path to inner peace. It teaches that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. By cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, and temperance, we can navigate life's storms with equanimity. It teaches us to find strength in adversity. Zeno's teachings remind us that challenges are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth. Each hardship we face is a chance to practice resilience and fortitude. It reminds us that virtue is its own reward. In a world obsessed with material success, Stoicism calls us to a higher standard. It urges us to live with integrity, to act with kindness, and to seek wisdom above all else. In a world that often feels chaotic, Zeno's teachings offer timeless wisdom. The principles of Stoicism are as relevant today as they were in ancient Greece. They provide a framework for finding peace amidst the noise and confusion of modern life. They provide a roadmap for navigating life's challenges with resilience, purpose, and grace. By embracing Stoic principles, we can learn to face our own shipwrecks with the same courage and wisdom that Zeno did, finding peace in a turbulent world.